No idea which one of these places is my hotel. I just know the name. Ah, there it is, coming up on the left. In at Mackinac. I think it's the green building. That's the Mission Point Resort. And I think the trail is closed due to renovation work up ahead a little bit. So riding around the island in a circle isn't an option this year.
Wow. You think you could do that? Go ahead. I don't know where to go.
I love how they got this injure, kill a worker, $7,500 plus 15 years, but there's no motor traffic here except for emergency vehicles. So you're going to be on foot or on bicycle, and your chances of killing a worker is probably not that great. Oh, it's really crowded up here.
Juggle too.
It's a beautiful day here. Morning. Coming up behind you.
Hey. This bike's not messing around.
Okay, man, stop.
Okay.
Some pretty rough spots. Hey.
You got the cool hat on.
So we got to go back to
Scott Street. If we take any of those streets that was like at, there must have been a huge passenger point. Yeah. There must have been the other way here. Okay, here he comes.
like a free bird, I'm telling you.
Had a fire. The dome on that building up ahead looks burned out. Lots of bike rentals here. Hey! rid of my camera here pretty soon because it gets, yeah, congested in the middle of downtown. Hi. One thing you have to watch out for here is there's so many people on bikes, and many of them apparently don't ride otherwise, and they're almost like they're the first time on the bike and wobbling around and pulling in front of people without looking and things like that. There's a lot of opportunities for collisions. Beautiful day. I feel like I should sing the Mr. Rogers song. Public library there. Headwind. Beautiful view of the bridge. Not seeing that many high wheel riders out here. Maybe not that many people are doing the ride. Here's a fellow wheelman coming our way. recall that one year I did most of a century ride here on the island, and it was just pouring rain the whole day, just pelting with the wind. Very miserable. And I didn't finish it because it was just too miserable, and after doing it for about 2/3 of a day, I just said I've had enough and I stopped. But the thing I remember is downtown, with all the horse droppings, it had just been turned into a horse manure slurry that got over everything. It was just spinning up on us from the wheels. It was everywhere. It was a real mess. And you didn't really want the stuff drying on your bike. So we used the high pressure hose that they were using to water down the horses and sprayed the bikes off with them, and that took care of most of it. But then of course the next day it was beautiful. It's just that one day was awful. Could that be Dick? Hey, good to see you. My friend back there, who I just greeted a moment ago, is a retired NASA engineer. Pretty cool job. So the ferry boats don't just go to Mackinaw City. There's also ferries to St. Ignace, which is the town on the north end of the Mackinac Bridge. I've never taken that route. Father and daughter couple that we just passed coming the other way have done some pretty long rides together, cross country and so on their high wheel bikes. So they're definitely long distance riders. Riding no hands, had her hands in her pockets. I know from experience that feels cool when you're doing it, but if you have a sudden upset, you cannot get your hands out quick enough to save it. So not very smart, really. So the wind here is pushing the waves in with a little more gusto. actually riding downhill here, so it's going to be a lot less fun coming the other way, although then I'll have a tailwind, so maybe not too bad. Very easily see where the water is deep and where it gets shallow by the color of the water. If I do it that way, because the way I'm looking isn't the way I always want to be filming, and if I aim my head in the direction I want to be filming, I could crash into something because I'm not looking in the right direction for safety. That works, but then I can't point it. It just points wherever the bike is going. I couldn't go off to the side like that, and also it has a lot of vibration if you do it that way. This actually works really well. Morning. Morning. Well, the trail's open a lot further in this direction than I thought it would be. That's good. Hey. Behind you.
Sorry.
So you can actually rent horse-drawn carriages here and just drive them yourself. The horses are apparently so well trained that they just know what to do, and you just kind of go along for the ride. British Landing Road that intersects here. I think this is as far as we're planning on riding tomorrow in our mast ride. The trail does go a little further before it gets blocked. And there's the blockade up ahead. Hello again. not all of the smaller bikes you see are new ones. We do have some members of our club who are riding antique safety bicycles, which, just giving them a quick glance, appear to be modern bicycles, but when you look at them closely, you realize they may not have pneumatic tires. They might have hard rubber tires. They might have chains and gears which are much more rustic and primitive than ones on modern bikes. The geometry, the frame is probably different. Handlebars, seats are certainly different. But yeah, so there's definitely people here riding safety bicycles in addition to high wheel bicycles. But I haven't seen any stars or eagles out here today. So I was kind of hoping to see some of those.
No, I agree.
Hey! The person on the left that we just passed is the person who made my bicycle for me. Devil's Kitchen. Okay.
Imagine you having to hike up this.
Look at it. A little bit of the roof maybe up there. Maybe after I get lunch I'll go up to the Grand Hotel. So we're back kind of on the extended outskirts of the town where the boardwalk picks up. Hey!
I don't think it's definitely.
I was saying earlier I didn't see any stars or eagles here, but there is a eagle here, one anyway, and this is it. It's a high wheel bicycle, but with the small wheel in the front.
Hi there, would you like to have lunch here with us? With breakfast and lunch?
And the small wheel steers rather than the large wheel. The Star is pretty much the same as the Eagle, except instead of having a direct drive pedal, it has a treadle system. So you just have a couple of pedals that go up and down like this, and then there's a ratchet mechanism that converts the up and down motion into rotary motion to turn the wheel. And this is an old bone shaker type bicycle here. And another one. This is a reproduction, but not a very authentic one, but they still work. And this is another unusual machine here. So I'm up one street from the main street down there. This is Market Street. Sushi. So we're going up to the Grand Hotel now. It's a bit of a hill, so I have to use both hands. Here we are at the Grand Hotel. Ma'am? Hello. And now I have to use both hands. Coming back down Market Street from the Grand Hotel.
Can't let people touch.
Coming across. Or I was. So I'm here checking out my room in the inn on Mackinac. I have my own private, you can turn around in it and maybe fit one chair and one person on it, balcony, but that's better than no balcony. And it's, if you position your chair right, you can see out to the lake. So that's actually pretty nice. The room is very nice. Very well appointed in a manner befitting Mackinac Island. Small but adequate in-suite facilities. I'm sure I'll have a good night sleep here. Makes me wish I could spend a couple of nights here. Make sure I got all my stuff. I suspect the elevator must have been added after the building was built. I don't think they would have had one in here originally. Although I suppose it's possible. I didn't actually look up the history of this place. Maybe it's just a new building made to look old. But at least the Odyssey elevator is pretty new. Maybe the old elevator was like the one in Thoroughly Modern Millie or something, where you had to tap dance on it to make it work.
Oh, that's okay. That's you. Thank you very much.
afternoon now. Wind is still blowing the same way. Actually bucking a pretty good breeze right now. Get those horse tours there. If they go all the way up, they've got quite a hill to climb. So how did women ride high-wheel bikes back in the day? This was one way they did it. The concern was that a woman did not go out in public without wearing a skirt, and skirts don't work when you're straddling a high wheel. So the high-wheel tricycle came out so women could ride. Still has the high wheels, but it has three of them, or two high wheels, and the saddle is in between the wheels, so you're not straddling. And there's plenty of room for the skirt, and then you've got your pedals down there that are connected by a very rough and ready chain to one of the back wheels, and the other one just free wheels. And then a not a handlebar, because that would get in the way of getting in and out of the bike, but a side grip that's like a tiller, and that moves the linkage that steers it. And then this does have brakes on it. It's got a belt brake, or a band brake, pony brake if you will, on that side, with a lock, a ratchet lock, so you can twist this. Actually, let me see, nope, this one's different. A lot of them you would twist this to operate the brake. This one's just a handhold on this model, and so there's actually a brake lever. I'm not sure if you're intended to use it while riding on this, or if it's just for parking, but maybe it can be used both ways. Anyway, a ladies' high-wheel tricycle. And they even had versions of these where there was another seat back here, and a little bit higher perhaps, but still to the point where it wouldn't cause the trike to tip backwards. And the lady's husband or boyfriend could sit there and ride, and he came along, and they may or may not have pedals. There were different variations, but these things are really nice, but they're awful to transport.
He's pretty good at it. He said he wrote a voice WP on it.
That type of bicycle is called an Ingo, I-N-G-O.
Take this out. 5 minutes later. Take this. I think it says. Then you take.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, done bowl.
Yeah.
Just take this nut. I mean, you have to first take the tire out.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want you to do it now.
No problem. You take the tire.
I
you
see.
the nut. So it's not so difficult, but it takes time.
And it is solid. Someone says.
It's a little bit.
No, did you take this to the race?
No. This is not a racing bike.
Okay.
This bike is too heavy.
Too heavy. Diane.
And it's a 50.
Foldable.
What you have to do is the wheel.
Yeah.
If you don't have the wheel, there's no problem with it. Excuse me?
Where do you live?
In Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Yeah.
You came first to sit.
So my kids raised mountain bikes. It was one of those things
suckers just.
Low golf.
I'm sorry?
This is low golf.
Oh.
Yeah, we were down here last night. We didn't play.
Like mini golf but on grass?
Well, the ball's glow.
Oh, okay.
And then they light the flag too, so it's all in the dark.
I see.
Not lit up at all.
But there's no driving there, right? You're just playing within the little greens? Yeah.
Why can't I hear my bike?
Yeah, you don't need a bell on that thing.
Yeah, you don't. You know I'm coming.
Sounds like a bucket of bullets rolling down the road.
Basically, it is.
We have experience with this, trust me. 5 days of pushing that noise.
Even one hand is like terrifying. Give me a bite of your...
You continue straight. That'll take you 6 months off. That's worth it.
Broken on the tractor. And people answer and people put things like, oh, that's too bad, or that was kind of interesting, you know, something. And then this guy comes in, 5-paragraph dissertation on why he should learn how to ride or learn how to row with his shoes out, and, you know, you really should put X amount of pressure or force on the foot stretchers, your foot should be at the proper angle. 5 freaking paragraphs. And
Yeah, I saw that. The dome and the top roof, but it doesn't look like it got much further than that. They must have a pretty Johnny-on-the-spot fire department here or something. First you have to wake up the horses.
Oh no! You gotta know your hands size.
I know you got left knuckle.
There's a guy in those bikes actually from the picture that they really do look good. His bike
much for downhill. Whoops.
Up signs to their grandmother like in the Tour de France.
trying to get in it. You just gotta aim for the trees.
Yeah, I have to not be looking at it when
Yeah. It's all
I
right.
just try to do it by feel and occasional glances.
If I did that, I guarantee you. Welcome. We're going to have this ride and this ride.
Even if it is loose on there, you can still place press up.
Unfortunately, after I built my attic,
It's pretty apparent that there are different sizes of bikes. Mine is kind of on the small side, small size. You can see there's a bit of difference in height between these two. And these are both the same brand.
It's like, I'm not doing this. I can't have a head for 150 miles.
Or this, you know. Everything going good?
The bell?
Huh?
Were you taking a picture of that bell?
That's all right.
Yeah, good beer.
I don't know if it's trying to get in the water, but you're trying to get in.
Duly marked poison ivy patch. Don't crash in there.
Right.
There's a map of the island. This is where we started the ride today, and then we went up here to wherever it is that we went. Somewhere up around here. Came back. Did this thing. And we're up here at British Landing. So, more than halfway around the island.
He doesn't just make passes. Oh, I think the mark. That was good. That was a good day. Who knows? It might catch on. Especially with Mackinac.
You're about to get run over, Bill, from behind.
We're filming you too. Looking good, guys. So nice to be out and about for once, though.
Yeah.
Well, in about a month, where you need to hunker down again because Delta's training. Not looking forward to it. That's alright, I got more engines to build.
Yeah, I have a lot of things I'm looking forward to. They're supposed to start up again in September, and I'm hoping those aren't impacted, but who knows.
Well, if you got the vaccine, you're probably not going to die this time.
Yeah.
But how many years ago did you build? You may not get carrier, but you will get infected.
Yeah.
700 cases of Detroit, like Friday. And 75% of those cases were vaccinated.
Yeah.
So, you didn't get your cootie shot already. You might get a shot. Yeah, how long?
Wow. Sorry. No offense, but very few people myself.
I thought I Is it a challenge to get?
That's a closely guarded secret. The joke is I could give it to you, but then I'd have to kill you.
I thought it was written on the inside of bathroom stalls or something.
God, 8675309. You need a $100 gimbal handheld.
Yeah. This works pretty well. It's low tech. It's flexible.
Yeah.
I had more people yesterday when I was riding and filming a lot of the Century ride, as little of it as I did. They're yelling at me, "You should have a GoPro on your helmet." It's like then every time I turn my head to look at something, the image is panning all over the place.
Yeah, well,
I don't want that.
If you got it on that handheld gimbal,
Yeah.
it will do everything for you except for, you know, elevation.
Right. But then, you know, if you got to put both hands on the handlebars, then you're compromised.
No. Stick it on your cat.
Oh, I see.
You can even lay it down and it'll still work. I think Chris, one of my dumb little buddies, he's not dumb by the way, he found it for like 100, 150, but still it worked wonderfully.
I do have battery now.
And they got it out of third gear.
Like I said, we could have collected like $4,500 for that season. He simply told the guy, come on down and get it. But put it then it came from the box and said, I'll fix it. All I had to do. And, you know, and instead goes even to the next guy, and he cusses the guy out. And I don't know, I think it's sitting in the corner of the shop, thrown in the corner of the shop, but I'm not sure. Was not thinking straight. Look at going. You're pretty damn close. Moonshine, coffee, and a fair amount of smoking goes in between.
Did he do it just for entertainment, or was it helping?
The dog was just smoking forever. It got really bad. So used to be what they would do. You know, at the end of the day, come 4 or 5 o'clock at the end of the day, the machine shop, you know, these guys would go out and pull off after whatever. I don't smoke the stuff, I don't care. You know, they'd wait until the very end until it was done. And then it got to be noontime, smoking all the rest of the day. And then it turned in coming in the morning, you know, when you come on and you're
Work doesn't work.
well,
like that.
it doesn't, so. He was the boss, so